For centuries, the jewelry we wear has come preloaded with heavy expectations. A ruby or an emerald arrives wrapped in thousands of years of lore, worn by ancient empires and steeped in rigid cultural traditions. Then, in 1967, prospectors working in a single small patch of earth in Tanzania pulled up something entirely unfamiliar. It was a brand new gemstone, completely undocumented by history and devoid of any ancient folklore. This diagram highlights how geologically extreme this deposit actually is. Because it is found in only that one Tanzanian location, this stone is estimated to be 1,000 times rarer than a diamond. That sudden scarcity triggered an immediate reaction in the gem market. The momentum culminated in 2002, when the American Gem Trade Association took a highly unusual step, making Tanzanite the only new gemstone added to the modern birthstone list in nearly 100 years. Because Tanzanite arrived without centuries of inherited mythology, it functions as a cultural blank slate. Its entire modern identity, what it means and why people wear it, is derived directly from its actual physical properties. The counterintuitive truth is Tanzanite doesn't come out of the earth looking like a jewel. It is mined as an unremarkable, muted brownish rock. To unlock its true value, that rough material requires a specific environmental shift. It must be subjected to intense, concentrated heat. Under those intense temperatures, the molecular structure of the stone responds. The murky brown permanently burns away, leaving behind a brilliant, saturated violet blue. That literal, physical metamorphosis mirrors a primary symbolic meaning in modern culture: personal transformation. People going through major life overhauls actively seek it out, worn by individuals navigating career pivots, moving across the country, or embarking on spiritual awakenings. This shift from an old, dull form into a vivid new one is why the stone is often chosen for second marriages. It represents starting a new chapter, where the final beauty is a direct result of the change that came before. Beyond its formation, the dual-colored nature of the stone has led practitioners towards Eastern traditions, identifying connections between these specific hues and the human energy centers known as chakras. Looking at this diagram, we trace the vivid blue tones to the throat chakra, which clears communication blocks and aids authentic expression. Meanwhile, the violet tones pull focus upward to the third eye and crown chakras. These upper centers govern internal perception, and practitioners use the violet resonance to deepen their meditation, trust their own intuition, and process complex emotional trauma. This dual-color anatomy makes the stone a highly functional tool. It simultaneously supports internal reflection through its violet side and outward truth through its blue. That same combination of reflection and transition makes sense on the calendar. December is an inherently reflective month, dedicated to wrapping up the year and searching for a bit of hard-earned wisdom. For decades, people born in that month were limited to turquoise and zircon. While perfectly fine, those options lacked a deep resonance with modern spiritual practices. Tanzanite offered a different portfolio. Its connection to truth, wisdom, and heat-driven metamorphosis mapped cleanly onto the themes associated with the end of the year. The update by the American Gem Trade Association essentially gave these emerging themes, wisdom, truth, and fresh starts, a formal place on the calendar. Tanzanite became the designated marker for the transition from the old year into the new. Ultimately, the people actually buying this stone today look very different from the traditional diamond consumer. On one end of the spectrum is the spiritual consumer, a yoga instructor or mindfulness practitioner looking for a tangible, physical anchor for their chakra work. On the other end is the highly analytical individualist. An engineer might ignore the spiritual lore entirely, choosing it purely for the mathematical appeal of a 1 in 1,000 rarity and a strictly finite geological lifespan. Through its extreme origins and visible transformation, it represents the courage to change into exactly who you are meant to be.